Now here I have for you is a very simple diagram of your internal architecture, and the object of the diagram is that it can be understood by a 10-year-old. So it's largely a metaphorical diagram, and really what I'm going to start off with here is only establishing a little bit of nomenclature so that we're all on the same page. I'm going to talk here about your nascency. The shape of your outside here I've made egg-shaped. The implication being that you have a lot to learn and it's wonderful, and it's about to happen to you, a completely natural experience, regardless of belief. And I'm going to talk about inside the nascent you. Nascent meaning about to be born, therein, around the time of birth. That there's a second part of your life cycle. It's an internal thing between birth and physical death. There are other parts of your natural life cycle, and this is the next step for you. So inside this nascent individual, which represents everyone on the planet, we have a thing I will call here a mind's eye. It's where you can imagine things when you're asked. If someone says, can you picture a pyramid? You certainly can, and you do it in a place we call the mind's eye. And of course, in your mind's eye you can also recall memories and a whole lot of other things. And it's not just visual. So really the word mind's eye is a little bit of a misleading thing. It's oversimplified, because you can remember from your memory sounds, smells, odours, pain, joy, all sorts of things, right? Now oddly, here I've represented your memory here as a very long piano keyboard, with each memory being a discrete key. There's a reason for this that will become obvious later. It will facilitate explanation later. It turns out that all your memories are there, but you can't retrieve them. We all know this for very practical reasons, that some memories should be faded and shouldn't be so retrievable, so you get over problems and stresses and all that, and a lot of irrelevant stuff just becomes not there anymore. So there's a lot of value in a level of forgetfulness. So far, I think I've described everyone so far as, nobody could object to this so far. It's a very, very simple explanation of how our mind's eye and memory works. Just bearing in mind that you can also imagine things that don't exist in this mind's eye that you have. It's a very powerful thing, very, very powerful indeed. Now I'm going to show you a little bit more of yourself inside your nascent shell. This is applying to everyone on the planet. Now here I am showing you the next part of your internal architecture, which is all very commonly understood, but just so we're all talking about the same stuff, every person has these internal personality traits here, such as affections, some hopes, you'll have fears, everyone's got some fears, likes and dislikes, preferences, you'll have a sense of playfulness, you'll certainly have a sense of humour, don't we all? You'll have some small questions that you're moving toward, you know how to get the answers to these questions, and that's okay, we all do that. You may have some aggressions in you. Who doesn't? You'll have some wants, things you'd like. Lots of sensations, of course, in your internal awareness again. And then there are some very large questions which you're not even sure where the answers are going to come from, if you ever get the answers at all. And you sort of leave those in the too hard basket, and every now and again you might think about them. Many people put them aside, it's fine, but and of course you have your own imagination, where once again, I'll say it again, you can generate things that don't exist in your own mind's eye to consider them. And of course in your mind's eye, I haven't mentioned this yet, but dreams also appear in your mind's eye, don't they? Dreams are typically that's night dreams, just before you wake up, right? They appear in your mind's eye also. So your mind's eye is a tremendously amazing thing. What it does for you, basically it's you. In fact, mind's eye is probably better called your perceptual centre. isn't it? But we'll stick with mind's eye because it's a commonly known phrase. You also have daydreams, where during the day, when your mind drifts off and a totally irrelevant subject lands in your mind's eye, you're told that you're not concentrating, you're not working hard enough. Well, that's what you've been told. It may not be so true anymore. So, I think we're on the same page still. This is all basic stuff. We've all done this so far, right? So, now, I've also included here something here called void. The mixed amongst you is something I will call a void, and that is something missing. And some people notice this, never talk about it. Some people notice it and do talk about it. Some people say it doesn't matter. About these voids that people feel is sometimes they express it as if they buy a dozen DVDs a week, they've got a luxury air-conditioned vehicle, they go on holidays to Casablanca every year, and they'll still say, is that all there is? Is this all I'm supposed to do? Is there nothing else? And it's stimulated by the presence of this void. Some people sense it, think about it, don't know what to do with it. Some people research it. They might do a lot of study. They might do yoga and meditation. They might do all kinds of studies of all kinds of texts from a great variety of philosophies and thought systems to try and find out what the hell this feeling is that they have internally. To try and fill this void, people can throw in a vast amount of overconsumption, luxury four-wheel drives, two-storey houses, vast amounts of luxury cars and stuff can go down there, and you'll find it's a bottomless pit, because no matter what you throw down this hole, you can't fill it up. Many people have complained about this. Now, other people partly because of this void, end up committing psychopathic acts. They end up with excessive consumption of things, addictive behaviours, substance abuses, psychopathic behaviour in all shapes and forms. Behavioural extremism, you might put it down to. It's partially in response to this void. Partly in response to this void. So